Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and some breaking news and some very, very good news as a Springbok fan, as SA Rugby announced that the Springboks will return to the field in early July before the British and Irish Lions series with a two-match series against Georgia. The first time we've ever been playing a series against Georgia. And we'll get down to the details in a little bit, but the important thing is that the Springboks are going to actually play some games before the British and Irish Lions series. We're going to talk about that, why that's so important. Before we do, please make sure you smash like on the video, subscribe if the channel is new. We're going to be trying to give you more up-to-date news as we get build up towards the Lions series, so make sure you are subscribed so you are always kept up to the latest sort of rumblings and news in and around the rugby world. Please also make sure you like us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Forever Sports, online, as well as Twitter. We've got stats from weekends, we've got international watches and stuff like that, lots of information there, so make sure you're always up to date with all the latest rugby news. You are subscribed and like all those sort of pages. Right, so the big worry ahead of the British and Irish Lions series was the fact that the last time the Springboks took to the field was against England in the 2019 Rugby World Cup final, and it has now been confirmed that ahead of the British and Irish Lions series, the Springboks will play against a two-match series against Georgia. The last time we clashed against Georgia was 2003 in the Rugby World Cup in Australia. And on the 2nd and 3rd of July, and as well on the 9th and 10th of July, the exact times and kick-off date stuff to be confirmed, on those 2 weekends, the Springboks will be hosting Georgia in South Africa, which is very important because, look, at the end of the day, it's not a massive test opponent, but Georgia have come a long way, and actually lots of sort of talks about them trying to push for a spot in the Six Nations. And given the sort of, obviously it's very complicated, other nations are going on their own sort of mid-year tours. You've got to look at the sort of the COVID-19 pandemic and which sides can come. But the main thing is that the Springboks are going to be able to come together in sort of end of June. The Springbok squad is set to be announced at the beginning of June. They'll be able to come together for a couple of weeks, and they'll be able to start working in combination and just get at least sort of 160 minutes of rugby under their belt before they run out against the Lions. It's not the best preparation, but it's better than nothing. And that's the important thing. I think it'll be quite nice to play against a side like Georgia, which we don't get to see very often. Talking about how if you want to start building these sort of smaller nations and have success stories like Japan, I thought even Russia was pretty good in the 2019 World Cup. A couple of those sort of stories. You want to start, Italy, want to try and get better. You need these sort of sides to be more competitive. So it's a nice sort of spotlight on Georgia. It's a nice opportunity for the Springboks to play some rugby. And I think it's very important for players like Steph Toy, like Andre Pollard, to be able to get back into the Springbok setup, and it gives them an extra sort of 160 minutes for them to get fit. Because Pollard not playing this weekend for Montpellier, Steph Toy playing another 80 minutes. But these sort of players, and players like Achilles Snyman, Loet Diaga, if they do manage to make a return after the top 14, Pro 14, Premiership is all finished, Rainbow Cup, at least there are potentially 2 Springbok games for them to get up to full match fitness, which is very important. So I think it's fantastic news. It's something that we've been so worried about, just being in a very half-baked, underprepared Springbok side for the Lions series because they'll not be playing. And so now these players, now the Springbok squad will obviously not be available for the provincial unions as is normally the case, because they work in their own preparation. They will be playing the same weekend. So, for example, that 2nd, 3rd of July, that's going to be the Stormers game. Originally the Stormers game. The schedule is looking at potentially being reworked. And the 9th, 10th of July is becoming the, I think it's supposed to be the Bulls game. Whether it will still be the case, we'll have to wait and see. But the point is that there are British and Irish Lions games against local unions organised on those dates. So we're going to have 2 matches to look forward to. It means we're going to have a Springbok match as well as British and Irish Lions match. So Rassie Rasmus said that nothing beats a full-blooded international to test your skill set, readiness, and ability under pressure. And we had lots of opportunity before the Lions series. He says, Jacques, about his coaching staff and management have been working around the clock to get teams as well prepared as possible. And the Georgia series is a much-needed opportunity after such a long and unforeseen interruption due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Obviously, this will be Jacques Nienaber's debut as Springbok coach. He'll have 2 matches ahead of the Lions series to sort of be able to test himself and sort of get used to the environment, so that the first time when the Springboks run out against British Irish Lions for the first 3 tests, it's not the first time that Springbok management are all sitting there together. Not the first time Jacques Nienaber is leading the side. Those sort of small things. So it's been signed off by World Rugby, so it's quite an exciting series because it's sides like Georgia, sides like Canada, sides like USA, they want to be able to sort of have these series. Even sides like Japan, you need to be able to have more rugby from the sort of top 8, 9 sides in the world playing against these smaller sides, because otherwise they're never going to grow. If Georgia's only ever playing against your Spains and those sort of sides in and around Europe, how are they ever going to be able to try and compete with those around them? So it's very important for them. I mean, they get to come and play against the world champions. It's a huge moment for them, probably the biggest moment in most of the Georgia's career, apart from the World Cup. So I'm very excited. I think it's going to be quite interesting. We get to see a side that we don't get to see very often. We get more rugby. We get Springbok rugby. We get 2 extra matches that we didn't think we were going to get. And we get some preparation. So, yeah, that's what the situation is. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think there's maybe an injury risk? Do you think that we should have tried to find better competition? If so, who? But yeah, let me know what you think. As I said, please do smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. We'll be coming back very shortly with a Rainbow Cup SA Team of the Week. That'll be up a little bit later today, so make sure you keep an eye on the channel for that. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.